Hello everyone, this is Zane here. I'm a supply chain consultant. I work in reverse logistics, and this is my submission for the ambrosus video contest. Just a quick overview here. We're going to go through the industry and problem that I've identified. Then we're going to go over the DF solution that I've come up with, and then I'll cover the DF economics for how exactly the DF solution should be implemented. So the industry I've chosen is food. Pretty much the food supply chain is complex. Packages get mixed up all the time. Their proper food safety standards are not ensured, and food fraud is over $40 billion a year problem. So what does this cause? It causes 1 in 10 people to fall ill because of foodborne diseases, and of those, 420,000 people die a year. 10% of the food on the UK's supermarket shelves have been adulterated. In 2015, more than 100,000 tons of smuggled frozen meat were seized from commercial use in China, and some of it was decades old. Ambrosus' current solution essentially functions as a proactive solution to track food through the supply chain from farm to table. This is a great solution to ensure trust and help customers pick the right type of food and prevent food outbreaks. However, unfortunately, no matter how good the solution is, it's not complete, and it's not a whole well-rounded solution end-to-end ecosystem without having a reactive part component to it. And this is what I think my DF can solve. So introducing a solution that I tentatively come up with known as perfect recall. And this is a reactive solution as opposed to the proactive solution that ambrosus is currently developing from farm to table. This is actually in reverse, and you will use the solution once an outbreak actually occurs. So I hope you would never use it, but in the case you do, this is the perfect app to have. To begin with, transparency. What this solution can do is it'll track the contamination in reverse, and it'll see exactly where the food product went. Next, you have the shipment lookup. So once you can track the food, you can track the shipments associated with it, and you can see if any foods or other shipments were exposed or close to that product. And this will allow you to identify all the contaminated products and slowly pull a recall. You throw this in with the package identifier, and then you can examine the package to look for any potential breaks in the supply chain to identify the cause of these outbreaks and then prevent them in the future. So assuming you do have an outbreak, what the app will do is it'll show up an alert and it'll automatically tell you which shipments to pull and which products to come back. By specifically targeting these certain contaminated foods, let's say you have bananas or grapes or meat that's infected, you wouldn't have to pull every single piece of meat off the market. You already know which pieces of meat have been contaminated and which pallets and which shipments that have been exposed and where they went using the ambrosus ecosystem. So you can save your food by only pulling certain parts of it, and this allows you to save time and money because it reduces the time it takes you to even search up and figure out which shipments are contaminated, where it's contaminated, and allows you to cut costs by only pulling the products that have actually been affected and leaving perfectly good product on the table. So now that you kind of have a gist of what the solution actually entails, we can go over the DF economics. Essentially, this is an enterprise solution and is not meant to be used by the consumer. However, this is for every single business that functions as a reactive monitoring solution for enterprise companies. This is a solution that they can use and leverage to say that even though we have an outbreak, we can be the first responders. We know what to do in terms of emergencies, and we can use this app to completely prevent and handle and save lives any sort of food issue. And I'm envisioning that this will be done by buying a bunch of Amber tokens and sort of staking it. And in return for staking, this service will be able to function properly and constantly monitor all the shipments that have already been tracked in the ambrosus ecosystem. In conclusion, Perfect Recall will help ambrosus become a true end-to-end ecosystem in the supply chain market. It is a reactive solution, it is not a proactive solution, but what being a reactive solution does is help ambrosus create another base offering as opposed to expand out on the current core offering. This helps deliver an increased value proposition to their clients and also mitigating risk. While it is important to expand and build more sensors and create more verticals in which ambrosus can be used, it is also important to make sure that your current clients have a way out and another system to rely on just in case a food outbreak happens. And if it does happen, ambrosus will be right there every step of the way to help them walk through these problems and have the software, Perfect Recall, to sort of get them back on their feet and prevent a food outbreak and ultimately save lives. Thank you for listening and have a great day.